Hi everyone! Welcome back to the Decluttered Homemaker, a cozy little corner where we talk about creating calm, beautiful homes by living with less but better. I've always loved the feeling of walking into a space that feels light, open, and peaceful. But it wasn't always that way for me. For years, I believed that being busy meant my home had to stay cluttered, that a messy desk or an overflowing bathroom was just part of everyday life. Then one day, I realized something clutter wasn't just filling my space, it was quietly draining my energy and peace of mind. That realization changed everything. I began to see decluttering not as a chore, but as a form of self-care, a gentle, ongoing conversation with my home. Every drawer I cleared, every surface I simplified felt like I was also making space in my own mind. Over time, I stopped chasing perfection and started building habits that truly supported the kind of calm, intentional life I wanted. So today, I'd love to start from the very beginning, the place where focus, clarity, and productivity are born. Let's start with the first step, decluttering your workspace, the foundation for focus, clarity, and peace of mind. There's something almost magical about sitting down at a clean, organized desk, the kind where you can breathe, think clearly, and actually want to get things done. For me, decluttering my workspace wasn't just about tidying up, it was a way of reclaiming my focus and peace of mind. I used to have piles of papers, scattered pens, sticky notes everywhere, and random items I swore I'd deal with later. But the truth is, clutter has a quiet way of stealing your energy and attention. I started by taking everything off my desk, yes, everything. It felt a little chaotic at first, but it gave me a blank canvas. Then, I carefully chose what truly belonged: my laptop, a simple lamp, a notebook, and a few pens I actually used. All those old bills, notes, and scraps of paper, most went straight into recycling. Important documents were scanned and neatly filed away. It's amazing how much lighter your space and your mind feels when you let go of what no longer serves you. Next came the small things: paper clips, USB drives, Post-its. All those little items that somehow multiply when you're not looking. I placed them into small trays and boxes, each with its own purpose. This not only kept my desk clear, but also made it easier to find what I needed without rummaging through drawers. Once the clutter was gone, I wiped everything clean: the desk surface, keyboard, even my monitor. It wasn't just about hygiene. It felt symbolic, like pressing a mental reset button. I added a small touch of life back to the space, a tiny potted plant by the window, and a framed photo of my favorite memory. These small, intentional details made the area feel peaceful, yet inspiring. If you enjoyed this part about creating a calm, clutter-free workspace, you'll love what's coming next. Tomorrow's video dives deeper into the art of letting go, showing you simple, practical ways to remove things that no longer serve you and create more space for what truly matters. Don't miss it. Now, every time I sit down to work or study, I feel a sense of calm readiness. My desk has become more than a workspace. It's a reflection of how I want my mind to be clear, focused, and free of unnecessary noise. After refreshing my workspace and feeling that mental clarity, I realized clutter wasn't only hiding in my desk drawers, it was sneaking into more private corners too. The next place calling for a little honesty and order: my bathroom. Now let's move to the next area, the bathroom, a place that deserves just as much calm and clarity. I used to joke that my bathroom counter was a graveyard of good intentions. You know the drill: that half-used bottle of anti-frizz serum from 3 years ago, the miracle face mask I tried once, and enough miniature hotel soaps to supply a small nation. For years, I allowed the space around my sink to slowly become a cluttered landscape of almost empty products, creating a subtle daily pressure point. Every morning, I would push aside 7 bottles just to reach my toothbrush. It wasn't just physical clutter, it was visual noise that started my day off on a chaotic note. One rainy Saturday, I finally decided to reclaim my sanity, starting with the area beneath my sink, the notorious hidden dumping ground. I pulled everything out and dumped it onto the floor. Seeing the sheer volume of forgotten items, dusty hair dyes, rusty shaving cream cans, and a literal bag of sample packets was shocking. That's when I realized my goal wasn't just to tidy up, it was to perform a complete detox and make my bathroom a true sanctuary again. The first and most crucial step was brutal honesty checking expiration dates. I was ruthless. Any skincare or makeup product that was open for more than a year went straight to the trash. That expired prescription ointment, gone. Those rusty-bottomed canisters, goodbye. This isn't about being wasteful. It's about acknowledging that expired products are both useless and potentially harmful, and keeping them is a waste of precious real estate. My new mantra is simple: only keep what you use daily visible. I narrowed down my routine to the essentials: my favorite face wash, shampoo, conditioner, and a clean hand towel. Everything else had to earn its spot. For the products that survived, like backup toothpaste or extra body lotion, I implemented simple storage. I used small uniform woven baskets, one labeled daily skincare, one for hair body reserve, and one tiny box for emergency medicine. This system ensures that every item has a clear address. After wiping down the empty shelves and the sink with a clean cloth, a feeling I highly recommend, I put the selected items back. The transformation was instant. My countertop is now nearly bare, making the whole room feel expansive and clean. Now when I walk into my bathroom, I feel calm, not confrontation. This small act of decluttering wasn't just about cleaning a room, it was about honoring my morning and evening rituals with quiet simplicity. It's the best kind of self-care. Once my bathroom felt light and serene, I noticed how much that peace depended on simplicity. But there was still one space stealing that calm, my linen closet stuffed with just-in-case bedding that desperately needed a little breathing room. Next up, we're talking about your bedding, because true rest begins with a clean, organized sleep space. We've all been there, opening the linen closet, only to have a colorful avalanche of sheets, duvets, and mismatched pillowcases cascade onto our heads. My linen closet used to be a physical representation of my mental clutter, stuffed, disorganized, and stressful. I kept everything justifying it with vague future scenarios. What if guests stay over? Or I might need this floral duvet from 2005 someday. But the reality is a cluttered sleep space and overloaded storage steal the peace we crave in our most important sanctuary, the bedroom. The truth I had to face was this: our resting space needs to be light and airy, not weighed down by bulky, unused textiles. The turning point came when I realized I was fighting with my closet every time I needed to change the sheets. I decided it was time for a linen intervention. I dragged every single piece out, every quilt, every faded pillow sham, every lumpy throw, and piled it high on the bed. The sheer mountain of fabric was astounding and frankly embarrassing. My guiding principle for the linen detox was focused simplicity. I applied a strict quality and usage test. Anything with fading pilling or that scratchy texture that immediately sends shivers down your spine went straight to the donation bag. If I hadn't used a specific set in the last 6 months, excluding seasonal bedding, it had to go. The goal wasn't just to make space, it was to curate a collection that truly supports rest. I now adhere to a simple rule: 2 sets of daily sheets per bed, 1 backup duvet, and a maximum of 2 stylish throws for the living room. I kept only the softest, most breathable, easy-to-wash fabrics. For the seasonal heavy blankets, they were carefully folded and tucked into vacuum seal bags, a game changer for reclaiming vertical storage space. When I open my linen closet, there's space. There's room for the items to breathe. The remaining blankets I kept for that hygge feeling are neatly folded over the arm of the sofa, a visual element of coziness, not chaos. This small shift transformed my storage from a bursting pressure cooker into a calm, functional area. It reminded me that true warmth comes from quality, not quantity, and that a lighter linen closet translates directly to a lighter mind. Decluttering my bedding taught me that comfort comes from quality, not quantity. That same truth extends to the clothes we wear every day. So I turned my attention to the next emotional battlefield, my closet. Now it's time to face one of the most emotional spaces, the wardrobe, where clutter hides behind someday. My closet used to be the ultimate liar. From the outside, it looked full, bursting even. Yet every morning, I'd stare into the packed space and declare with genuine frustration, I have nothing to wear. It was a paradox that baffled me until I realized the truth. My closet wasn't full of clothes. It was full of decisions I hadn't made. It held the ghosts of fashion past the skinny clothes I might fit into someday and an embarrassing collection of faded, pilled sweaters I was keeping purely out of guilt. The clutter wasn't just physical. It was a mental roadblock to getting dressed with confidence. I decided to start small with the most voluminous and guilt-inducing category, my knitwear. I pulled out every sweater, cardigan, and fleece. The sheer volume felt like an overwhelming retail store floor, but focusing on one category at a time made the task manageable. My decluttering strategy was ruthless yet simple. I held each item and applied my 3 fails rule if it was faded, color loss, fuzzy pilling beyond repair, or simply felt uncomfortable, scratchy, ill-fitting. It failed the test and went straight into the discard pile. Then came the golden question, the one that strips away all sentimentality. If I were shopping today knowing what I know now, would I buy this again? If the answer was no, it didn't belong in my curated life. For the maybes, I adopted the waiting box strategy. These items, often good quality but rarely worn, went into a clear storage bin dated 1 month from now. If I hadn't needed or missed them by the deadline, they were donated without a second thought. This eliminated decision fatigue and leveraged time as the ultimate filter. The final deeply satisfying step was organization. I folded the survivors neatly and arranged them not just by type, but by color gradient. Now, when I open my wardrobe, I see a spectrum of possibilities, not a pile of stress. I only keep clothes that genuinely fit, flatter, and feel good. This streamlined, tidy closet has achieved the true goal of decluttering. It has freed up space, certainly, but more importantly, it has made choosing an outfit a quick, joyful experience, allowing me to start my day with calm and clarity. With my wardrobe streamlined and functional, I started to notice how easily chaos creeps back in, especially in the spaces we pass through daily. And nowhere reveals that faster than the first spot you see when you walk through the door. Next, we step into the entryway, the first impression of your home and the energy that greets you every day. I used to believe that the clutter in my living room was the main source of my home anxiety. I was wrong. The true culprit was the tiny, overwhelmed space right by my front door. My entryway, the very first thing I saw when I arrived home after a long, draining day, was a physical representation of chaos, a mountain of just-worn shoes, 5 out-of-season coats draped over the hooks, and a perpetual scattering of junk mail. Instead of feeling the immediate calm that coming home should bring, I was met with an energy barrier, a silent, messy reminder of everything that needed to be done. I realized the entryway isn't just a transitional space. It's the mood setter for the entire house. My realization led to the Entryway Reset. I started by standing still, eyes open, and simply observing where the blockages were. It wasn't about buying a fancy new console table or a designer shoe rack. It was about managing the volume of items I allowed to live there. The first step was the zero-tolerance rule for temporary residents. I took everything out, every stray glove, every receipt, every shoe, and laid it all out. The key question was, does this item need to be here? Or is it merely resting here? 90% of the items were just resting. Shoes that didn't match the current season by snow boots in July were immediately packed away into proper storage elsewhere. Coats that hadn't been worn in months were moved to the main closet. I focused on creating essential drop zones. I repurposed a small decorative basket for all keys, sunglasses, and incoming mail that needs to be processed immediately. This simple containment strategy stopped small items from scattering like visual confetti. I limited the visible shoe presence to just the 2 pairs currently in rotation. The change was profound. Now, when I open the door, my eyes land on a clean floor, a neatly organized key basket, and only the current season's jacket hanging neatly. The difference is palpable. The calm energy immediately flows into the rest of the house. A clean entryway is a moment of pause, a quiet, welcoming breath. It sets a standard for the rest of my day, reminding me that order begins right here at the threshold. This small decluttering project had the biggest impact on my daily well-being. After reclaiming my entryway, I felt the entire home exhale, but one space still carried too much noise. The kitchen, my favorite place to create and gather, needed its own reset to feel warm and functional again. Finally, let's head to the heart of the home, the kitchen, and bring back warmth through simple, functional order. We call the kitchen the heart of the home, a warm, bustling place where nourishment and memories are made. But for the longest time, my kitchen felt less like a heart and more like a perpetually clogged artery. My countertops were perpetually besieged, a collection of mismatched spice jars, multiple half-used bottles of oil, and those ubiquitous anxiety-inducing plastic bags piled next to the sink. The worst part was the pantry. Every time I needed 1 can of beans, 3 different bags of flour, and an expired box of tea would tumble out. The clutter didn't just make cooking difficult, it robbed the room of its warmth, making me dread the very place that was supposed to be cozy and inviting. I realized that a messy counter doesn't just look bad, it creates cognitive friction. If I have to move 5 appliances and 2 piles of mail just to chop vegetables, the joy of cooking vanishes. My detox started with the most visible offender, the countertop. I removed everything that wasn't used daily, those 5 bottles of balsamic vinegar condensed into 1, the rarely used toaster stored away. I invested in a simple wooden tray for my daily use items, the salt, pepper, and a jar of wooden spoons, giving them an organized home base that instantly elevated the look. The true challenge, though, was the pantry. I pulled out every item and faced the expiration date demons. It's astonishing how many dusty spice jars were technically dead, but still taking up space. My rule became, if it's out of date, or if I don't know why I bought it, it's gone. I then sorted the survivors into zones of visible shelf for frequent cooking items, pasta, rice, primary spices, and another area for bulk reserves. Using clear containers and simple labels was a revelation. I can now see everything at a glance, eliminating redundant purchases and food waste. This intentional effort has transformed my kitchen dynamic. Now I adhere to a non-negotiable 5-minute nightly reset. After dinner, the dishes are loaded, the sink is wiped, and the counters are returned to zero clutter. This simple ritual ensures that I wake up to a pristine space. Stepping into a clean, open kitchen in the morning feels like a gentle promise that the day, like my countertop, can be handled with ease and clarity. That's how I turned everyday spaces from my desk to my kitchen into calm, clutter-free zones that truly support a peaceful life. Each corner taught me that when we let go of excess, we make room for clarity, comfort, and a deeper sense of ease in our routines. If you're craving a simpler, more breathable home, but don't know where to start, try these gentle habits I've shared today. They're small, realistic steps that anyone, even the busiest person, can follow to create lasting order and calm. And if you want to take this even further, I've made a special video all about the things we should finally say goodbye to, items that quietly hold us back without us even realizing it. It's a thoughtful guide to releasing what no longer serves you, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. It's one of those videos that can truly shift the way you see your home and your life. If you found today's video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. You deserve a space that feels open, easy, and peaceful every single day, and together we'll make that happen.